Alright, today I'm going to show you how to set up a simple and fairly cheap electrolysis bath. I use them to clean World War II era battle-found relics to try to bring them back to life, get some of that rust off of them. So let's take a look here. First we'll start off with this smaller Tupperware container. I'll use this for small items such as belt buckles or magazines, stuff like that. And then we've got some 18 gauge aluminum wire, a pair of wire strippers, basic wire, standard wire connectors, screw hooks, and then I'll end up using an inch thick square dowel to suspend the item from, and you're about to see a step-by-step process on how to put this all together. The first thing I'll do is I'll measure to see how long I need to cut my rebar. These are going to act as our sacrificial rods. So once I figure out that, I'll cut 4 of them to put 1 in each corner. Then after I cut them, I'll try to sand them up just a little bit to get some of that rust off. A little bit harder on rebar because of those little ridges. And I did use these last night, but I'm just trying to show you a little step-by-step guide here. So bear with me. After I cut the rebar, and I've already pre-drilled these little holes in here, but usually I'll just set the rebar right in there, drill 2 holes as close as I can to them, so that way when I put the wire in it'll be nice and tight. Then what I'll use to secure this rebar into there is this aluminum wire here. It's got a nice little self-clipper, so I'll just get a pretty good amount of wire. And then I'll end up fishing it through the 2 holes and securing it. Now that I've got all the rebar in place and secured with a little bit of extra wire hanging off, which is exactly what you want, it's going to make this next step a little bit easier. Now it is time to measure, cut, and strip pieces of the wire to piggyback all 4 of these sacrificial rods together. Now that all the wire has been secured on and everything is piggybacked, I already went ahead and made this little guy out of the 1-inch thick square dowel. I measured and put a hook directly in the middle, and then just a couple of inches on each side. I did 1 more for longer objects. And then I also piggybacked them together with wire, and that will go just like that. Alright, so now that we've got everything set up, I'm going to go ahead and do a test run on this belt buckle. I don't know how well this is going to work. This is pretty far gone, but it's worth giving it a shot, I guess. I picked it up for fairly cheap, so if it cleans it up a little bit, it'll be worth it. Just to give you an idea, this was an MP40 magazine from World War II that I did earlier. I actually just finished it today before I started doing this video. This was completely covered and caked in rust, and now, as you see, it is a little bit cleaner. I put a little Hoppe's No. 9 gun cleaner on it after the fact to kind of keep some of that surface rust off. You can really see the pitted metal on it, but this was completely caked in rust earlier. And, cool little note, I actually got the spring to work from doing I did about probably like a 15 or 16 hour electrolysis bath overnight, and then just scrubbed it real good with a soft brush while spraying it down with water, and then, like I said, put a little gun cleaner on it afterwards, and pretty happy with how that one came out. So hopefully the belt buckle will come out okay. I don't have high hopes for it, but it's worth giving it a shot. So what I'll end up doing is I'm going to use the same 18 gauge wire, and I'm going to wrap it around the belt buckle, and then I'm going to suspend it from this middle hook. And that's how it's going to sit in the water. And so it seems like a basic rule of thumb is for every 5 cups of water you use 1 to 2 teaspoons of baking or washing soda. So from my doing the magazine last night, I know that this will take 15 cups of water. So then I'll end up doing about 6.5, maybe 7 cup or teaspoons of baking soda. More can't hurt. So let's get started. Alright, now the last step is to hook up the battery charger and let it go. So this is unplugged right now, and the first thing you want to do is do the positive onto one of your piggybacked sacrificial rods here, and then you're going to take, I'll just flip this around here real quick. You're going to take your negative, and you're going to hook that up to this guy right there. Alright, now, time to plug it in, and it should start working here instantly. Yep, there we go. You should start seeing bubbles come off of all 4 of these, if I did it right. Perfect. And there we have it. There's an electrolysis bath. I'm going to let this sit. I'll check on it in anywhere from 6 to 12 hours just to see how it's looking. Again, I don't know how well this is going to work with this belt buckle specifically, but I will show you at the end of the video, I guess. Alright, this is the final finished product after about 9 hours in the electrolysis bath, then a scrub down and another coating in some Hoppe's No. 9 gun cleaner. It's a little bit better than I thought it was going to come out. The rust is pretty much gone, but as you can see, this is just super pitted and super damaged. You can kind of make out the eagle here in the center. And you can tell that there are letters. It reads "Gott mit uns," but it's pretty hard to make out. As you see, some of the metal's chipping off. Like I said, this is in pretty bad shape just with the pitting, and I wasn't expecting too much, but it did come out a little bit better than I had thought. And we still have the little buckle part, and this doesn't move at all, but it's still there. You can kind of see the inside there. So yeah, this not too bad. Wish it had come out a little bit better, but that's not the electrolysis fault. That's just this being a piece of crap buckle. It's pretty beat, so not much else I can do on that. It'll go back up on the display shelf.